Gorgeous. Just wait for everybody to turn up. I've just realised something, Claire. Because Carol's still in this group.
Yeah.
It's probably going to still ring on her phone, isn't it? So that'll probably wake her up.
Yeah, unless she's.
Pardon?
She might have a call silenced. You know, you can turn it onto that side so
I
you
see
don't
what
get.
you mean. Yeah, I suppose as a grandma though, you never quite. Yeah, she just clicked unavailable. Yeah, so she's clicked no. Yeah, I think as a mom and a grandma for the kids of her age, she's probably got it not on silent. You know what I mean? Oh well. who wouldn't want to wake up next to this? Do you know what I mean? So it's just like.
There is a way around that though. You can silence it, but have it so that your family members can.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah,
but I don't know whether Carol will be that techie bothered, but we'll see.
Oh. You know, it's only 5:30 in the morning here.
I know, but look at the quality of education you're getting. A mere note, really. Off you go. Nathan, if you ever come to Besançon on a language trip, I'm going to brush your hair for you.
Okay, great.
If you don't, I will.
It's cool. I love it. It's like, yeah. Good. Actually, yeah. Tom, yours is crazy as well, isn't it? It's like a theme. I have all these like wild-haired people. Good. Right, let's start. Tom. Luke, thank you for doing the video. The one in which you talked about lots of useful things. Thank you for doing the video, the one in which you talked about lots of useful things. Tom, I can't hear you, my darling. You've got the mute on.
Sorry.
So remember, you always sound quiet, which means you need to A, sit a bit close to the microphone, B, buy a new microphone, or C, project the twang. So thank you for doing the video. Just to start with that for me, thank you for doing the video.
Luke, merci.
I can't hear a damn thing.
Luke, merci d'avoir fait la video.
There you go. The one in which you talked about lots of useful things.
Oui, on peut, tu vas parler.
Video is feminine, and also, I don't mind you going to the neutral choice of masculine, but that would be celui. There ain't no thing as celle-lui. Celle-lui means salt or saddle him. Interesting. So celui. So, but we want feminine video. The one in which you talk about lots of useful things.
Celle en que.
Stand still. Which is the word for in?
Don.
And what is the word for which when you are echoing a noun?
Lequel.
For feminine noun, because you've just said celle. So you're never in your life going to be able to say celle dans lequel, would you? That won't tally up well. So how do you say the one in which?
Celle de laquelle.
In which?
Laquelle. Dans laquelle. Celle dans laquelle.
So close your mouth, stop speaking to me in English and go celle dans laquelle.
Celle dans laquelle tu parles de...
Pause. If it sounds like English, it is English. So you're speaking about celle dans laquelle tu parles de beaucoup de choses utiles. Avec celle dans laquelle tu parles de beaucoup de choses utiles. Go.
Celle dans laquelle tu parles de beaucoup de choses utiles.
The twang isn't the same on all of them. As you go through the sentence, I need to hear the same twang throughout. Different vibration, but the same twang. Celle dans laquelle tu parles de beaucoup de choses utiles. There's not a quiet moment. Have a go.
Celle dans laquelle tu parles de beaucoup de choses utiles.
Now, pardon me, I did this in the last group. This is very specific. Okay, this is very specific. Brace yourself. You're about to see something that you don't really want to see. Hang on. This here. Put your hands, all of you, literally where the stomach, well, not the stomach, but you know what I'm saying. Well, we call the stomach as opposed to the chest. So where your sternum, you know, where you've got that little hole there effectively, yeah? Now, That placement there, not anywhere further up, there, that is where you want to be aiming for in your pressure. Celle dans laquelle tu parles. Every single time you speak French, you need to be engaging there. Your diaphragm doesn't need to be told what to do, otherwise we wouldn't breathe. Yeah, okay, so when we talk about diaphragmatic breathing, diaphragmatic singing, basically a lot of that's bollocks, because otherwise, as Stuart will tell you in greater detail than I, things happen, they create a vacuum, lungs move, intercostals get engaged, so the diaphragm is busy as fuck anyway. It's not like you need to go, oh, I must breathe, I must do this. We can obviously take control of it rather than it being like an involuntary thing. But when you speak French, you've got to constantly be pressing from there on a small level. And any French person that denies it is a liar or doesn't know their own language. Because if you listen to a French person speaking English, hello, how are you? Yes, I have just arrived at the airport. It's pushing from there. So really, quite specifically, when you speak, can you just gently put your fingers there and make sure you can go all the way across, all the way across, all the way across. Luc, merci d'avoir fait la vidéo, celle dans laquelle tu... That's what's going to give me the joined up quality that I'm currently lacking. So off you go, Tom. Merci d'avoir fait la vidéo. No work here, maximum work here. Merci d'avoir fait la vidéo, celle dans laquelle tu as parlé de beaucoup de choses utiles.
Merci d'avoir fait la vidéo, celle dans laquelle tu as parlé de beaucoup de choses utiles.
Lovely. And there's another thing I gave the previous group. Do we all know Ravel's Bolero? As in, Tom, you'll know Torval and Dean. Yeah? Dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dun da 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 dun da 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 da. So we don't want French like merci la paix pour la yeah. We don't want that syncopated staccato feeling. We want a bit of a like a dum 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 dum. We want a bit of a Blue Danube. You know, like, or what another waltz is, they're like la 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 la. We want that kind of feeling to French. We don't want bum 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 bum. You know, or Mars, God of War from Holst's Planet Suite. We don't want this aggressive French like merci d'avoir fait la vidéo, celle dans laquelle yeah, as fun as that is. So can you try and give me the linear quality? Oui, alors merci d'avoir fait la vidéo, celle dans laquelle tu as parlé de beaucoup de choses très utiles. Have a go.
Merci d'avoir fait la vidéo, celle dans laquelle tu as parlé de beaucoup de choses utiles.
That's it. That's it. Rather than merci d'avoir good, good. The previous group, I was like, don't make it like Shakespeare, like iambic pentameter, like if music be the food of love, play on. Don't couple your ideas when you think in French. I get on a cognitive level, you'll be thinking that word, that word, that word, that word, but keep it going. Good. 2 more for me, Tom. I will if I'd known you were going to be showing your naked body, Luke, I wouldn't have come. If I pardon me, if I'd known you were going to be showing your naked body, Luke, I wouldn't have come. I can't hear you.
Sorry. Si je savais que tu vas montrer.
Pause.
Que tu aurais montré.
Pause. Which side of the face do you want me to slap? Pick one, left or right.
Left.
Too slow, I'm going to choose. Listen to Auntie Lukin. Present hypothetical or past hypothetical? If I'd have known you were going to show your naked body, Luke, I wouldn't have come. Is this something I can still change?
No.
Therefore, is it the fucking present hypothetical or the past hypothetical?
Past.
Do we, you sort out your connection, by the way, because I can't hear your voice. Do we have auxiliaries in the present hypothetical? Yes, no. And do we have auxiliaries in the past hypothetical? So yes, no. Do we have them in the present hypothetical?
No.
No, we go was and fucking would. Great. Do we have them in the past hypothetical?
No, use the imperfect, no?
I didn't ask that. Do we have auxiliaries in the past hypothetical?
No. You have them in the second. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Answer my question, yes or no. Speed your brain up. In the present hypothetical, where it could still happen, do we have auxiliaries, yes or no?
No.
In the past hypothetical, where the situation we're talking about is no longer changeable, do we have auxiliaries, yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. You will use was and would both times, or would and was. If will go with was. If you've only got one verb, it will go was, would. If you have an auxiliary, it will go was, would. Don't confuse the two, because English often will. If I knew Stuart liked this kind of wine, I would buy him a bottle. People often go, oh, if I knew Stuart liked that wine, I would have bought him a bottle. Notice how English will do that. Whereas it would have been nicer to say, if I had known Stuart liked that kind of wine, I would have bought him a bottle. You know, whatever. So go again, bearing in mind that the situation we're talking about is a past hypothetical. So if it's past hypothetical, does it have an auxiliary, Tom? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Go.
Oh, I've forgotten it now.
If I'd known that Luke was going to be showing his naked body.
Si j'ai su que vous
Stand still. Stand still. What tense are you telling me we're using in partnership? Which two tenses are we using in partnership?
Okay, I thought it was the imperfect and the conditional.
It is, my darling boy, but the fact is, where's your imperfect then on the auxiliary? So where is the imperfect on the I blank known? Do you see what I'm saying? It's either imperfect or conditional, but on the past one, it's the imperfect or the conditional on the middle word. Do you see what I'm saying? Same, thank you. So same arrangement, but I keep saying present will be on the only, well, no, that's not strictly true. It won't be on the only verb. If you said something like, if you wanted to come, I mean, you'd still have an infinitive, but it's on the, you conjugate the first verb. That would be a better way of thinking about it. You conjugate the first verb, and that will be what you do. In this past example, the first verb will be the auxiliary, but you will conjugate that. All right. So go for me. If you'd known, if I had known that Luke was going to show his naked body, come on.
Si j'avais su.
Good. So we all clear. Si j'avais su that Luke was going to show his naked body.
Que Luke irait montrer.
Sandstrom. Common error. Have we jumped into the conditional side yet, or are we just giving more background information about that first clause?
It's background information.
We haven't yet gone to the, if I had known that Stuart preferred this bottle and that he used to be a member of a wine club and that this was his favourite drink and whatever, I would have, we haven't yet gone to the second clause. We're giving background information about the first clause. So we're still in the was. So that Luke was going to show. How would you say that Luke was going to show?
Luke allait montrer.
There you go. His naked body.
Son corps nu.
Son corps nu. I wouldn't have come. Have we in the first half had an auxiliary? Yes. Therefore, in this half, we will also have an auxiliary. What is I wouldn't have come?
Je n'aurais pas venu.
Stand still. Say for me, I came. 1, 2, 3. Just.
Je suis venu.
Lovely. Therefore, give me I wouldn't have come. Be stays be and have stays have. I wouldn't have come.
Je ne serais pas venu.
Serrer is squeeze. I'm going to squeeze something in a minute. You've got two of them, and it won't feel nice. What's the pronunciation of would be rather than not squeeze? Je serais pas venu. Yes?
Serais.
Sing it forward so everybody can hear. Si j'avais su que Luc allait montrer son corps nu, je serais pas venu. Si j'avais su que Luc allait montrer son corps nu, je serais pas venu. Sing for me. Sing, my angel of music. Sing.
Si j'avais su que Luc allait montrer son corps nu, je n'aurais pas venu. Je ne serais pas venu. Je ne serais pas venu.
Sarah, squeeze.
Serais pas venu.
Go again then. Well done. No. You can cheat it for me. Switch it the other way around. I wouldn't have come. I wouldn't have come if I'd known Luke was going to show his naked body. Switch it around, which we can obviously do, but this time the would bit is coming first. Oui, je serais pas venu si j'avais su que Luc allait montrer son cornu. Go.
Je ne serais pas venu.
If you say sir one more time, I will send people who don't have a clean criminal record to your fucking house. All right? I know plenty. Okay?
Je ne serais pas venu si j'avais su que Luc va montrer son cornu.
Luc allait montrer.
Allez montrer.
Pardon me for talking and eating. Good. Stuart. Tom, you should believe him. One time, I made a mistake with the subjunctive, and he took my wife for 6 weeks. I enjoyed the pause. Luke, Tom, you should believe him. One time, I made a mistake with the subjunctive, and he took my wife for 6 weeks. I enjoyed the pause. There we go. So I'll feed it you, Stuart. You should believe him. You should believe him.
Tom.
Tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking of saying? That's exactly right. So keep devrait going. Take all the time in the world. You've only got to solve one problem at a time. You should believe him. Go slowly. Take all the time you want.
Tom, tu devrais le croire.
Gorgeous. Give me more volume on the twangs. Tu devrais le croire.
Tu devrais le croire.
Good. Now, your natural voice isn't dissimilar to the French twang anyway, which is nice. So give me more of the same. Tu devrais le croire. Go on.
Tu devrais le croire.
Nice. It sounds really authentic on your voice. One time, I made a mistake with the subjunctive.
Une fois.
Good. So keep fois going while you're thinking the next bit. Keep.
Une fois, j'ai fait une erreur. Je me suis trompé.
Good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You don't need to double up, but I do tell people to on exams. So if anybody's watching that's got an exam, I call this method double-double. So in life, we'll often go, you know, I messed up, I screwed up, you know, we'll say the same thing twice. Stuart has just correctly said two things I would have done. J'ai fait une erreur, je me suis trompé. Lovely. Notice je me suis trompé de is something slightly different. That is to get the wrong one. So let's say Claire orders whatever, nail varnish or something, and she says, oh, God, I got the wrong color. Je me suis trompé de couleur. That's different than I made a mistake. Yeah, it's I got the wrong one. Je me suis trompé de plus now. All right. So I made a mistake. Oui, j'ai fait une erreur with the subjunctive. He took my wife for 6 weeks. He took my wife for 6 weeks.
Il a pris. No, yeah, il a pris.
Il a pris, or what's the auxiliary to it?
He took.
Why the verb to be?
Did you say it was subjunctive?
No, because he made a mistake he made a mistake with the subjunctive. New comment. He took my wife, just plain and simple. He took my wife.
I thought you said it was subjunctive. I was trying.
Oh no, I take your point. I'm just for humour. I'm just saying. Oh, I made a mistake with the subjunctive. He took my wife, as in, you know, Luke confiscated Lynn. So yeah, so he took my wife.
Il a pris ma femme.
Good. Now go again, and I want the same volume of the whole way through. Il a pris ma femme. Put it all the way through.
Il a pris ma femme.
Oh my God, you could be native when you do that. So keep the previous word going. Lovely. There's just something in the, you know, the timbre of your voice which sounds very authentic, but keep the previous one going. A, for authenticity. B, because in France somebody will jump in if you don't. And C, it will help you find the next word in a kind of muscle memory way if you're not working from silence. Because your brain will oddly go, which other words have I often put here before? Now, as I've said before, if you're saying some random sentence like, you know, she dressed up as the mushroom fairy and sat around on acid, it might not be words that you put together very often. But say, for example, it was like a conjugation style thing of je me serais, you know, then it is words that you're going to often put together. So say for me, I enjoyed the pause. I enjoyed the pause.
Je me suis amusé la pause.
So this is a common error. If you say you enjoyed,
Self the pause act, right?
Then you say the pause pleased me. Or you say, I enjoyed myself during the pause. It's a very common thing that people get wrong. So in other words, you could say je me suis amusé, but you then need to say during the pause. Or when we say I enjoyed something in French, we basically mean that pleased me. So how would you say, the pause pleased me? So what verb am I going to use for please?
La pause m'a plu.
Spot on. Now go again. This time I'm going to raise your bar. I don't just want constant voice. I want different parts of Stuart's voice. I want this and this. La pause m'a plu. La pause m'a plu. It's quite an up vibration one, that one. La pause m'a plu. Send it forward.
La pause m'a plu.
Good. Now keep your hand there and try and give me the same pressure from underneath all the way along. La pause m'a plu.
La pause m'a plu.
Now that's nice. More. Push it forward more. La pause m'a plu.
La pause m'a plu.
Good. So your challenge is to put all of that together. Tom, you should believe him. Once I made a mistake with the subjunctive. He took my wife. We'll put in a but I enjoyed the pause. Tom, tu devrais le croire. Une fois, j'ai fait une erreur avec le subjonctif. Il a pris ma femme. La pause m'a plu. Whatever, try putting it together. This is basically just using French for longer periods of time. That's basically what I'm practicing. So you've got to get into the feeling of this one. You've got to think it. Tom, tu devrais le croire. Une fois, j'ai fait une erreur avec le subjonctif. Il a pris ma femme. Mais la pause m'a plu, but I enjoyed the break. Good, have a go. Try putting it together. Try putting it together. And as much of it as possible, I want voice. Have another go.
Tom, tu devrais le croire. Une fois, j'ai fait une erreur avec le subjonctif.
So as a minimum, I need each bit full. J'ai fait une erreur avec le subjonctif.
J'ai fait une erreur avec le subjonctif.
He took my wife.
Il a pris ma femme.
Nice. The pause pleased me.
La pause m'a plu.
Good. No, that was nice. One of the things this gives us is we can see which words we make the consonants too big on and which ones we don't. So we keep the mouth the same. J'ai fait une erreur avec le subjonctif. Because if you go, j'ai fait une erreur avec le subjonctif, you sort of go, oh yeah, okay. Good, Stuart. One more. Nice. I don't know why it surprises me every year, but the weather in April is weird. I don't know why it surprises me every year, but the weather in April is weird. Try on your first attempt to give me as much laryngeal contact as you can, like as much voice as you can. Take your time, you can go slowly as you want, but I need to keep the previous word going. I don't know why it surprises me every year, but the weather in April is weird.
Je sais pourquoi. Je sais pourquoi.
I don't know.
Oh my God, je sais pas pourquoi.
Good, now give me the twang so that can be heard. Je ne sais pas pourquoi.
Je ne sais pas pourquoi.
But some people say je ne sais pas la raison pour laquelle, the reason for which, but that's the one side. Ouais, je sais pas pourquoi. Lovely. It surprises me every year.
Ça me surprise.
Present tense, ça me surprend.
Please.
Present tense of the verb. So what's the verb to surprise?
Surprise.
No, it isn't. What's the verb to take? What's the verb to take?
Surprendre. Sorry. Surprise.
That's it. Notice, people, it comes from take. Surprise is much bigger in English culture because of the noun. Ça me surprend. It was surprising. C'était surprenant. That surprised me. Ça m'a surpris. There we're more comfortable. You know, Claire is the only one here who could say ça m'a surprise. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it surprised her, you know. But yeah, so the rest of us, ça nous a surpris. C'était surprenant. Ça nous surprend. Yeah. Good. So say for me, it surprises me every year. Present tense, it surprises me every year. It me surprises every year.
Some surpris.
Present tense. Present tense. What did we agree? The present tense. Ça me surprend.
Surprend. Oh my God. Ça me surprend.
Don't hate yourself. It just means your mouth likes certain tenses more. That is a good thing. There isn't structurally ça me surpris anywhere outside of a book, though. There's ça m'a surpris. So if I were a prick, I'd make everybody go ça me surprend, ça me surprenait, ça me surprendra, ça me surprendra. Il est intéressant que ça me surprenne. Ça m'a surpris, ça m'avait surpris, ça m'aura surpris, ça m'aurait surpris. You get the point. Yeah, okay. So say for me, it surprises me.
Ça me surprend.
Good. Lovely. I don't know what surprised me. Je sais pas pourquoi ça me surprend. Lovely. Now, that it surprises me, that will invite subjunctive. The weather is weird in April. The weather is weird in April.
Le temps.
Subjunctive is weird.
Soit bizarre. Real.
Good. Take your perfect accent. There's not a damn thing wrong with your accent. Not a damn thing wrong. Get from one side to the next. Je sais pas pourquoi ça me surprend que le temps soit bizarre en avril. Je sais pas pourquoi ça me surprend que le temps soit bizarre en avril. Off you go.
I have trouble learning all the English.
I know that's part of this battle. That's part of the point. I don't know why it surprises me that the weather's weird. Make it into your own thing. What's the weather do your part of the world in April? God, Jesus, Lynn, I needed sun cream and an umbrella on the same day. Oh God, it's so weird. I don't know why. Every year I forget that it's going to be weird in April. So enter into the spirit of it. Je sais pas pourquoi ça me surprend. Because we can't practice big voice sentences if we don't do big voice sentences. And I get that half of that is remembering the narrative in English. Off you go.
Je sais pas pourquoi ça me surprend.
Good.
Que chaque année le temps something's bizarre in April.
Le temps sous. Subjunctive, the weather is weird. Que le temps
soit bizarre.
Good. For those of you that are used to thinking, oh, but doesn't weather use faire? Yes, with il. So if it was, for example, I'm surprised that it's nice. Where je suis surpris qu'il fasse beau. But if you're using the weather, you can use weather with be. If you're talking about le temps est, you can do that. And therefore, le temps soit subjunctive. Good. I'm just going to the little boy's room. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. It doesn't have to be French related, but I'll be right back.
How's life?
How's the weather?
The weather's shit. We had the coldest Easter in 80 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's been freezing. And it's the last long weekend before winter. So every man and his dog went away and they all got rained out. All that traffic to get rained on. Ugh.
The weather is bizarre,
Yeah, I think it's crazy everywhere.
I came from New York out to San Francisco. My daughter just had my second grandson, and in New York the weather was in the mid to high 60s. It's now in the 70s, and when I got out here, it was raining every day. This is California. This is not supposed to be how it is.
Isn't the song "It Never Rains in California"?
It's been they've had this river, this atmospheric river. It's been raining for weeks in torrents here.
Yeah, we're the same. We had floods all up and down the east coast.
Yeah,
We
the
were-
weather,
Yeah,
you know,
weather patterns.
California, if it's bad weather from California, Claire, you know where it comes from, right?
Right. Nathan. Speaking about surprises, the guy at the gym who was using the same machine as me was surprised that I knew his first name was Nigerian. So I'm benching, and the guy comes up and goes, "Can I go cut in with you?" I went, yeah, fine. As long as you don't change the weight, because that always really annoys me. And he said, "Oh yeah." And then a skill lost to many a young person. He went, "Hi, my name's Amiola." Most people just like the amount. I don't know if you guys know this, but so many people ask to work with me and they never give their name. So young people just go, "Hey, I really liked your videos," and I'm just like, they don't even say, "Hi, my name's Stuart. I'd like to work with you." Older people always do. "My name's Stuart. I live in so and so." I'm like, lovely. The amount of young people who just don't even give their name, and I'm like, I can't be asked if you can't even bother to introduce yourself. So yeah, I said, "Oh, that's a Nigerian first name." He goes, "Oh my God, how do you know that?" And I was like, "I have all kinds of powers." Yeah. So, and then I proceeded to mock him and say, "Are you one of these Nigerians that's going to tell me you're a prince the way every single one of them tells me they're a prince?" A prince of like 11 people. But yeah, he's like, "Yes, we do that, and it sucks." So off he goes. So for me, talking of surprise, the guy at the gym who was using the same machinery as me was surprised that I knew his first name was Nigerian. I'll feed you as we go through. Talking of surprises.
En parlant de surprise.
I can't hear you. Kind of, your microphone fuzzed. It made a fuzzy noise. Can you just pull back from it a little bit or try again?
En parlant de surprise.
Good. En parlant des surprises.
Des surprises.
Because surprise is not after. Don't let de make you guys think you need the. Don't let a noun. Don't let a de before a noun feel comfortable unless it's a de before a noun for the reasons we go over every week. Yeah. En parlant des surprises. Because why? Is it a quantity? Is it a negative sentence? Is it a compound noun? Or is it a preceding plural adjective? They're the main four. No. So en parlant des surprises, lovely. A guy at the gym was surprised that I knew, or that I know, that his surname. Yeah, a guy at the gym was surprised that I knew, let's say, that his surname was Nigerian. We'll go there.
Un mec au gymnase était étonné que je sache que son nom est nigérien.
Oui, un homme au gymnase était surpris que je sache, lovely, que son prénom. Yeah, because it's his first name. Okay, Nigerian. Okay.
Nigérian.
I said, "Of course you can use the same machine as me." Well, not machine, it was a bench, but I said, "Of course you can use the same machine as me, but don't remove any weight because it's annoying."
J'ai dit bien sûr que tu peux
Bien ou bien.
utiliser.
Bien ou bien. Bien ou bien.
Bien.
Bien. That's it. Sing to me the line. Bien sûr.
Bien sûr que tu utilises la même machine
bien sûr
que
tu peux
moi.
Bien sûr que tu. I wouldn't use a could. Bien sûr. You can, but
okay.
bien sûr tu peux utiliser. You can use the same machine as me.
Bien sûr, tu peux utiliser la même machine que moi.
Sûr ou sûr?
Sûr.
Is your name Pathan, Dathan, or Nathan?
Nathan.
It's as annoying to the French ear when people change the vowels as that would be in English. Why are you moaning? It's similar. Ask Brewitt. He hasn't got a problem with it. Neither's Dom. Yeah? Do you know what I mean? And Blair, she loves it. It would be really fucking annoying. It's annoying for us. Guess what? It's annoying for us. So don't change the vowel. Come.
Sûr. Is that right?
Sûr. Yeah, bien sûr. Yeah,
Sûr.
Yeah, yeah.
Bien sûr. Bien sûr, tu peux utiliser.
Bien, not bien. I've told
Bien.
you this before. A vowel is not a sound, it is a location. It is a geographical location of vibration in the face. So, other words, just say to me, bien, bien, bien.
Bien.
Nice.
Bien.
Send it forward as a twang, bien.
Bien.
Keep your eyes closed. Think where in my body is lighting up. Bien. Where is lighting up?
Bien.
Now go to bien. Bien, 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 bien. Feel the difference in the body. Don't go there next time.
Bien.
Bien sûr. Now do the change between bien and u. I've told you before. Practice vowel journeys. Practice the transition from one vowel to the next. Bien sûr. Where does the orange glow move
Bien
from and to?
sûr.
Bien sûr.
Bien sûr.
It's all right.
Bien sûr, tu peux utiliser la même machine que moi, mais ne pas supprimer
I am about to unleash. I'm going to open Pandora's fucking box. What grammatically is don't change the weights. What is that grammatically? It is known as a what?
Imperative.
An imperative. Exactly. And I'm telling you, I'm bossing you, I'm giving you a command. It doesn't have to be horrible. You know, come here, I love you, give me a hug. That's an imperative, you know. Let me help you, you know, okay. But the fact is, what can imperatives start with? Two things. What can they start with? We've done this many times.
The verb.
Or the verb or which word? The verb
pronoun?
or no. Half of commands
No.
are negative. Imperatives can start with the verb or no. We've done this because we've talked about how the pronouns move around. Do the fucking homework, bitches. So say for me, don't do it. Say for me, don't do it.
Ne le fais pas.
Good. We've spoken about how when you have a command that has a pronoun that is negative, you need the no. When you have a negative command which doesn't have a pronoun, conversationally, you often won't bother with a no. So with a command, you can start with either a no or the verb. Don't touch. Touche pas. I'm carrying something from the oven. Touche pas. You don't necessarily need the touche pas. Don't touch it. Ne le touche pas must have the no. Because were the no not there, you'd have to start with the le touche pas, which sounds shit. Le touche pas. No, ne le touche pas. All right? Ne and pas allow you to bookend your command with the pronoun sitting inside the ne. Yeah? Ne me quitte pas. Don't leave me, as the song goes in French. Yeah? Ne me quitte pas. Yeah? Ne dis rien. Don't say anything. Yeah? If you said kill him, tue le, pronoun at the end. Don't kill him. Ne le tue pas. All right? So I'm not going to teach that again. I shall merely laser you. Yeah. So off you go. So don't change the weights.
Change pas l'épaisse.
Les poids.
Les poids.
Peser, je pèse, is the verb to weigh. Je mesure,
Peser, oh.
je mesure,
Je mesure.
je pèse, and je chausse, which is shoe size. Yeah. So, Nathan, how tall are you in feet and inches?
6 feet 3 inches.
6'3". So, I think that makes you, what's that? 80? Is that 88? 188. So let me have a little look. So in other words, let me just check. So 6'3". In 190. Yeah, so could you please say for me, I am 190. That's what we say in French.
Je mesure 190.
80 or 80? Be careful with these nasals. Go on then.
Je mesure
I don't
90.
fucking know the language. You lot say it. Go on.
Je mesure 90.
Mesure.
Mesure.
Okay, off you go.
Je mesure 90.
Spell that word for me that we've just said with an M. Spell the word with an M.
M-E with accent S-U-R-E.
Is that what you think it is? If
Yeah.
it's got E with an accent, why wouldn't we say mesure then? But we're not, are we? We're saying mesure. So in other words, why tally up the spelling and the pronunciation. Yeah. Now there's obviously words which change. Peser, pèse, for a start, gains an accent. Yeah. But tally up what you know with what you're saying. Je mesure 190. Je mesure 190. Bleu, je mesure 190.
Je mesure 190. Je mesure.
How much do you weigh, if you don't mind me asking?
240.
If you know it in stones, more likely to know it in pounds, being American. So
yeah, it's 120 kilo or something like that.
120 kilos?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm 80 kilos. Are you literally my weight plus half?
I don't know. I mean,
what are you in pounds, roughly?
Yeah, like 240, 250. I don't know.
Damn, you's a big boy. Good for you. Oh my God, that's impressive. 240 pounds in kilos. 108. Yeah, that's a bit more reasonable.
Okay.
So I'm not saying the size is wrong. I'm just saying what I would expect it to be with the conversion rate. Le taux de conversion. So say for me, je pèse 108 kilos. Je pèse 108 kilos. Go.
Oui, je pèse 108 kilos.
Lovely. Now I'm imagining being 6'3", that you ain't teeny tiny. What shoe size are you?
In
14 America?
14 in US.
So 14 in the US is a 13 in the UK. So 13, I'm guessing that's 52. It's a 13 UK shoe in France. Thinking that'd be 52. Yeah. Go on. Agree. Where are we? So men's shoe sizes. It stops at 12. What a stupid graph. Yeah. So I'm in a US 11. So that's a UK 10. So that's like 44 and a half. 12 is on 47. So I imagine by the time you get to 13, you're probably like a 48, 49 or something. Interesting. Have a look. Try some shoes on in France. I'd be interested to know. That is the verb je chausse. What beginning with T, Nathan, is the word for size? Beginning with T, what's the word for size?
Taille.
Great. That would be waist. But with shoes, we don't say that. We say je chausse combien. Think how you know the word chaussure, chaussette. Tu chausses combien? And your shoe size would be your pointure, not your taille. Tu chausses combien? So get used to all of you saying je mesure, je pèse, je chausse, you know, and that will give you the 3. All right, good. I'm moving on to give me one more normal sentence to say for me. I imagine you're the tallest person you know in France. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to Holland, you'll probably see a few taller people, but not so much in France. Right. People are always really weirded when they see me. They always go, "Oh my God, you're 6'1". I was like, "Well, what were you expecting?" And they're like, somebody once said, "You have a really impy little face. I thought you'd be like 5 foot." I was like, "What the fuck is an impy little face when it's at home?" An imp is a lutin, Lutin. I was like, "Oh, okay, great." Nathan, do me another one. So say for me, I'm happy. Say for me, Luke is happy I'm tall, and then say, although the person I love right now, and probably for the rest of my life, is probably 5'10". My ex-husband was 6'3", so yeah, I'm bored. I've switched it up. Yeah, but say for me, in fact, definitely the rest of my life. So say for me, Luke is happy that I'm tall. Luke is happy that I'm tall.
Luc est content que je sois grand.
Now put it with some appropriacy of which words get stressed, because in English, would we say Stuart is happy that I am coming? No?
No. Luc est content que je sois grand.
Lovely. Smaller here, more here, smaller here, more here. Push from here. Today's project, I didn't get my tits out for nobody. C'est ça. Oui, alors Luc est content que je sois grand.
Oui, alors Luc est content que je sois grand.
Good. So make it blurry, but I still need to hear the twangs. Good. I'm happy I'm tall. How do you say I'm happy I'm tall?
Je suis content d'être grand.
Go again, then normalize it. Well done, you've listened to the lessons, but normalize it. We don't use subjunctive for the same person either side of the cup. We can help it.
Oui, je suis content d'être grand.
Without the pause, with smaller. Can you see what we're doing? Right. At the risk of scaring you, from now on, every single time I give any of you any translation, I will say it my way. So you can go, honestly, how is this being said? So let me think it. As I was saying to Stuart, you have to think it yourself. Ouais, je suis content d'être grand. Not a lot of clarity in the mouth. Ouais, je suis content d'être grand. I'm not changing it on purpose. I'll give you my word. Good. Roscoe, then Claire. Roscoe, I've never made use of all this information. I've bought my clothes and shoes in England, which is the alternative. So I've never, also if you buy trainers, sneakers in France, a lot of the time on the inside of the, you know, Languette thing anyway, it'll have the UK, US size on it anyway. So Roscoe said to me, I've never made use of all this information. I bought my clothes and shoes in England.
J'ai jamais utilisé.
No, don't be a basic bitch. That's not the verb to make use of. That's the verb to use. What's the verb to make use of? Lukey has done them with you because we've done them absolutely flying from all directions. Se servir de. Yes. Don't get lazy on phrasal verbs, you lot, because that's what Brits and Americans and Aussies do in France. Why use a phrasal verb? Here's Johnny Foreigner coming to the UK. I am going to arrive at 4 o'clock. Here's the rest of the UK and America. What time does he get here? Yeah, I'm going to the shop to buy alcohol, to purchase alcohol. I'm going to go and get a bottle of wine. Yeah, you just think how often we would use get. You know, she's irritating me. She's getting on my nerve. You know, you just think how often we use get expressions or got in English. That's so often there's a phrasal verb in. You don't want to be missing the party, right? So off you go. I've never made use of this information. I've bought my clothes and shoes in England, in Great Britain, in the United Kingdom. Let's say in the United Kingdom.
Je ne suis pas servi de.
I've never. There's more than one negative. I've never made use. Yeah.
Je ne suis jamais servi de cette information.
Keep it going. Keep the chest going. Otherwise, it's going. You know. Okay. What happened next? Why in the narrative have you not made use of this information? Why? What came next? Was it A, you are a prolific shoplifter? Was it B, you walk around naked? Or was it C, you bought your clothes in the United Kingdom?
I bought all my clothes in the United Kingdom.
Jesus Christ, it's hardly Tolstoy. I didn't give you that much to remember. Off you go. Mouth closed, energy in the chest. You in particular. Mouth closed, energy in the chest. Oui, alors je me suis jamais servi de toutes ces informations. Off you go.
Je ne suis jamais servi.
No, look, you're going, je me suis. Don't move the face. Ouais, je me suis. Honest to God, here's me saying it. Non, mais je me suis jamais servi de toutes ces informations. J'ai acheté mes fringues et slang for clothes, sorry. Alors j'ai acheté mes fringues, mes godasses et slang for shoes. I told you I was giving you the real version. Oui, alors j'ai acheté mes chaussures, mes vêtements au Royaume-Uni. Ouais, non, mais moi je me suis jamais servi de ces informations. J'ai acheté mes chaussures, mes vêtements au Royaume-Uni. That's how I'd say it. And I'm a fairly clear speaker, as you can imagine. Yeah, I'm not like Jenny from the block. Don't be fooled by the rock that she's got. Actually, I did really want to see that movie that she's just done with amazing. What's that amazing creature that was in White Lotus? The one that was still Stifler's mom, Jennifer Coolidge. Oh my God, I really wanted to see that. Good, off you go then. So one more time. So je me suis jamais servi de ces informations. J'ai acheté mes vêtements et mes chaussures au Royaume-Uni.
Je me suis jamais servi
Still
de
too much movement. Don't speak. What you think of as speaking is English speaking. The verb that you think to speak, that you think is international, is not. It's English. Don't move the teeth forward and backwards. Ouais, alors je me suis... Ouais, non. Palate down, which structurally, although you can relax the top of the mouth weirdly with the tension, really kind of means tongue up, if we're honest. We don't work like Bart Simpson. We don't control the top. We generally control the bottom, but create less space behind the teeth. Drop it down. Drop it down. There's no cavity behind the mouth. Drop it down. Oui, alors je me suis servi, and now be lazy. So there's a bit of a drop here, a bit of a looseness here. Oui, alors je me suis servi de. That's what's going to get you super fast. The minute you have to go, oui, alors je me suis servi de, it's just too muscular. Oui, alors je me suis chest from here, je me suis jamais servi. Go.
Oui, alors je me suis jamais...
No, you're saying je me suis. Look, if I were to, right, how much of a dick am I prepared to make myself? If I were to draw a line here and here, okay, this generally is where consonants take place. Okay, if you think a consonant is a position where the lips and teeth are closed, it is by definition silent. P, or P, D, T, K. So just for me, just say silently the position, put your mouth in the position and say D, which will be silent, then T, and then P. P is a plosive, so that brings in the lips. Do me a K. Just do D, T, and K in silence and see how close they actually are. Go on. That's it. Now, what makes them bigger in French is the vowel carrying on. So behind here, the vowel is moving. It's like you could jump up and down with your feet, and you may choose to use your hands, or you may not. It doesn't affect what's going on with the feet. You doing your vowels isn't affected by this, or vice versa. If you do the English thing, what we do is we retract and then blow out the consonant every single time. So we go P, back in, K, D, F. Can you see we retract and out, retract and out. J, G, M, D, Daniel, Lionel, Fiona. Yeah, whereas French goes fi, fu, li, la. So you don't need to do this, all right? You particularly have a nice voice. Don't get me wrong, that little catch, that little lispy thing, that's cool. We like that for French. It's very nice. It's cool. But we don't need to give yourself this to do. It's too much. It's too much. It's not making your French slack. It's not making your French grumpy. It's not making your French. That's the melody. Bonjour, comment tu vas? Oh, salut, je suis enchanté. Ravi de te voir. Je suis ravi de te voir, Orsko. Quel plaisir de te voir. There's the energy. The teeth aren't doing it. Yeah, so lazy face. If it feels like you're not moving your mouth, you should barely be moving your mouth. And your teeth and your tongue barely moving. There's barely any difference between any of the consonants apart from ch. All right, so say for me. Go again, whole thing, do the mouth. Go.
Je me suis jamais servi.
Good, now give me more chest force. Je me suis jamais.
Je me suis jamais servi.
Look, you're a healthy young man. Use your diaphragm. Use your chest. Je me suis jamais.
Je me suis jamais servi.
That's it. More. Je sing for me. Say for me, happy birthday. Say happy birthday.
In English. Happy birthday.
Lovely. Now sing it for me. Sing it for me. I don't give a fuck about it. No. Just say for me, happy birthday. Go.
Happy birthday.
Lovely. Even that. Do that again and slightly louder and slightly longer, and imagine that I'm all the way over here. Say happy birthday. Go.
Happy birthday.
There you go. That was a clear note. You didn't go to vocal fry, and your voice didn't go between your head voice and your chest voice. So you can do this. So can you now just go again, close your eyes and feel where you pressed when you went happy birthday. Go on. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Lovely. Now this is this. So I'd now like you to press je me suis jamais. Up you go. Je me suis jamais servi. Go.
Je me suis jamais.
No, you're saying you're putting up here again. Je me suis jamais. Je me suis. Connect it or sing it for me. Je me suis jamais.
Je me suis jamais.
You're moving. Don't move your face. Je me suis. Je me suis. Oui, alors je me suis jamais. Go on, don't move your face.
Je me suis jamais
You're going, je me suis. Don't move your face. Sing it from the chest. Je me suis.
Je me suis jamais.
There you go. Even less. Well done. Even less. Je me suis.
Je me suis.
Borderline. I need you to do less face. Je me suis jamais servi de ces. Off you go. So say it through for me. I've never made use of this information, plural. I bought my clothes and my shoes in the United Kingdom. J'ai acheté. J'ai acheté. Look, I'm going, oui, alors j'ai acheté. J'ai acheté. It seems busy, but it's not j'ai acheté. I'll do it the way that you're doing it. I can't do half of what you lot can do, so I'm not being mean, but oui, alors je me suis jamais acheté, je me suis jamais servi de ces informations au Royaume-Uni. We don't need that. Ouais, je me suis jamais, I can't even think what I said. Je me suis jamais servi de ces informations, whatever. Next sentence, Roscoe. Luke, you're all right. I promise you I will practice this week. Luke, you're right. I promise you I'll practice it this week. Luke, you're right. I promise you I'll practice this week.
Luke,
Slide.
Luke, tu as raison.
No, that's nicely joined. No, why is that joined, but the other one wasn't? Luke, tu as raison. Lovely. I promise you I'll practice it this week.
Je te promets que.
Is that smooth or are the consonants winning? Je te. Are we in Ravel's Bolero? Yes. Je te. Je te promets, go. One. So this from underneath is bigger than any consonant. Je te promets.
Je te promets que je vais.
That's nice. Well done, good lad. That's what's going to get you. Oui, alors Luc, je te promets. Roscoe, je te promets. Ouais, je te promets. That's what you'd hear. No, je te promets. You won't hear it. All right. I'll practice it this week. I will practice this week.
Je te promets que je vais le pratiquer cette semaine.
It was just a new sentence. Je te promets. I will practice this week. Separate sentence. I'll practice this week.
Je vais pratiquer.
Je vais pratiquer. Is it Ravel's Bolero? Je vais pratiquer. Je vais pratiquer. Picture it as one word. Ouais, je vais pratiquer. Ouais, je vais pratiquer.
Je vais pratiquer cette semaine.
Je vais. Look, too much movement. Je vais. Oui, alors je vais pratiquer.
Oui, alors je vais pratiquer.
I'm having these teeth changed, by the way, because they're far too white. But if we came in. Oui, alors. Right. Can you see my mouth? Oui, alors je vais pratiquer. Ouais, je vais pratiquer. Oh non, mais Roscoe, il a un bon niveau de français, mais tu vois, il veut absolument qu'il pratique les voyelles. Il faut qu'il arrête d'ouvrir la bouche à chaque fois qu'il parle. There's not this. There's not this, and there's not. Good. Lovely. I'm just going to make sure I turn the oven off because I've got a sneaky one, and then I'll be back for Claire Bear. 1 second. Good. Oh, Christ, I can barely walk.
That is really, really difficult to do without opening the mouth properly.
Yeah, I always have that problem too. It's hard.
I think Luke's point, which it's very difficult to get, is that in order to hear them when they speak, because they hardly ever, to our ears, it sounds like there's almost no consonants, and it's and sometimes, if I don't know the word, I just find myself guessing what the consonant is.
Mm.
That if Luke always says, if you say the word the way they say it, with very little consonant, you'll in the long term you'll hear it better. And I think my biggest fear, which I had experienced some years ago when I first started, was I was in a supermarket in Paris and Carrefour, these places, and someone came up, sort of randomly behind me in line and said something to me. And I think that's the biggest fear, is that I have no basis for knowing what it is they're asking me.
Mm.
Is this the right line? Who are you? Whatever.
Yeah, that happens to me every day. Someone says something to me and I don't understand at all, and then like 10 minutes later I'll realize what they said.
Right.
And I'll be like, oh, they just said it the right way. When in my head, or when I read it, I say it the wrong way.
How long have you lived there, Nathan?
Only a couple months.
Right.
I just have a short-term job here.
Where are you in? Are you in Paris?
No, I'm in Neuchâtel-en-Bray. It's in Normandy.
Oh,
like
wow.
3 hours outside of Paris. Ish.
At least you're avoiding all the demonstrations and no rubbish collection. It has been happening in Paris for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no manifs here at all. There's no protests. It's too small of a town for there to be anything.
Yeah, it's sort of Paris-centric, that sort of stuff, isn't it? Generally, apart from the yellow vests.
Good.
That was sort
Let's go.
Oops.
Right. I can't give you this in a translation way, but just say for me, I did well. Say j'ai bien fait.
J'ai bien fait.
Good. Nice and soft. J'ai bien fait. And again, keep it soft. J'ai bien fait.
J'ai bien fait.
Nice mouth. Nice combination of present chest, soft mouth. That's like, I did the right thing. Oh, Claire, you did well to book with so-and-so because the other company went under. T'as bien fait, tu as bien fait de réserver avec. Yes, so somebody did well is like you did the right thing. I did the right I did the right thing. J'ai bien fait. I could smell that there were vegetables burning, but it wasn't me. It was my housemate Uma, who is from Nepal. God, she makes a good curry. So say for me, her boyfriend is a Gurkha. How fucking cool is that? You always think of the Gurkhas as old men, don't you, Claire? But he's like a young Gurkha. Lovely. So say for me, I could smell that there were vegetables burning.
Je me sens que...
Pause, correct verb, well done, but on this occasion it's not reflexive. So the video that you will want to watch is sentir versus se sentir versus ressentir. Je me sens, the adjective forms of emotion or adverbial forms of emotion. Ressentir, to feel an emotion that is a noun. All of the shit stick in sentir. Like all of other stuff stick with sentir. Like I felt Luke's hand on my back or whatever, fine. Loads of stuff with sentir. Doesn't just have to be smell. But yeah, so say to me, I smelled, j'ai senti, yeah.
Je sens.
J'ai senti, put it in the past, j'ai senti.
Ah, je sentais.
Senti.
Senti. J'ai senti.
That there were vegetables burning.
Il y avait de légumes et brûlent, non.
Who were burning, qui brûlent.
Qui brûlant.
Qui brûlait, lovely.
Qui brûlait.
Lovely. But it wasn't, but they weren't vegetables, but they weren't mine. They weren't mine.
Il n'était pas moi.
À moi, or what are my ones, if we're talking about them? My ones.
Il n'était pas de... Lesquels de moi?
Done this?
Ceux de moi?
No.
No.
What's my one if it's something masculine? I'm not going to give you the first word because it will give it you. What's my one if it's something masculine? Le
mien.
Masculine?
Le mien.
Twang it for me.
Le mien.
That's a better mien. Le mien, la mienne, les miens, les miennes. Le tien, la tienne, les tiens, les tiennes. Le sien, la sienne, les siens, les siennes. Le nôtre, not notre. Le nôtre, la nôtre, les nôtres, les nôtres. Le vôtre, la vôtre, les vôtres, vôtres. Le leur, la leur, les leurs. All right. So these are basically possessive pronouns. Possessive adjectives, mon, ma, me, and the family, accompanying a noun, possessive pronouns, right? Good. So say for me, my one, le mien.
Le mien.
My one's les miens.
Les miens.
Good. So say they weren't mine. Ils étaient pas à moi, ils étaient pas les miens. Vegetables is masculine. Say for me, ils étaient pas les miens.
Ils étaient pas les miens.
Nice mouth, nice chest. What Uma cooks is always delicious.
Ce que il m'a cuisiné, c'est
Why would you? What tense though? What Uma cooks? What tense?
Cooks. Present.
There you go. So ce que Uma
cuisine.
Lovely. So put it all together. Come on, do a whole sentence. What Uma cooks is always delicious. So don't do me Ravel's Bolero. Ce que. Think of it all as a line. Think of it all as a line. I forget.
Ce que Uma cuisine, c'est
Go
toujours
again.
délicieux.
The whole thing needs to be present here. Yeah, the whole thing needs to be present here. Ce que Uma cuisine.
Ce que Uma cuisine, c'est
Good.
toujours
Now go again. I need the
délicieux.
same volume and twang all the way along. Ce que Uma cuisine.
Ce que Uma cuisine, c'est toujours délicieux.
There we go. That's French. Nice, nice, nice. When she arrived, I said to her, I'm looking forward to eating your food. I was like, yeah, we like you. You can come and live with us. But nice references, nice job, deposit paid. But yeah, you can cook for me. So it's like me, when she arrived, I said to her, I'm looking forward to eating your food.
Quand elle est arrivée,
Good, but don't go silent because you're making good choices and I can't hear them.
Quand elle était arrivée,
Est arrivée.
Est arrivée.
That's it, because it's just she arrived. It's not the had arrived. Lovely.
Quand elle est arrivée, je l'ai dit.
Je l'ai dit. I said to her.
Je l'ai dit.
I'll ask again. I said to her.
Je l'ai dit. No, je lui ai dit.
You tell me. To her, indirect.
Ah, je lui ai dit.
Pause. Where's my auxiliary gone?
Je lui ai dit.
That's it. Close your mouth. Give me the twangs. Je lui ai dit.
Je lui ai dit.
That was nice. Give me the twangs from here. Je lui ai dit.
Je lui ai dit.
Maintain the chest. Je lui ai dit.
Je lui ai dit que
Good. Now, some vowel orders are going to stop you messing up the grammar in the future. You obviously need je l'ai dit elsewhere. You know, Stuart, did you tell the person at work? Yes, I said it. Oui, je l'ai dit. You know, fine, you need that, but je lui ai dit. So get it all in order for me. Je lui ai dit.
Je lui ai dit.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to eating your food. No.
No.
We've done it before. J'ai hâte de.
Oh, j'ai hâte de. It's not j'ai envie de. Envie de is different. Is it? What's the difference between j'ai hâte de and j'ai envie de?
J'ai envie de is a synonym for want, and j'ai hâte de is I'm looking forward to. So I want to go out, j'ai envie de sortir. I'm looking forward to going out, j'ai hâte de sortir. So both in a positive way, but that's where the similarity ends. Yep. So I'm looking forward to eating your food.
J'ai hâte de manger votre.
Would I be born younger?
Oh, right. Sorry. J'ai hâte de manger ta cuisine. Ta cuisine.
Good, Roscoe. I've never seen anyone neck a glass of wine with less finesse. That is the drinking pattern of an alcoholic. My God. You drink wine the way my grandma could eat a toffee box, like a box of toffees. My God. My God. Steady on, be careful. Good. If this is California, they'd have held an intervention already. And then they used to just go, oh, he's European, it's fine, it's fine. They'd come up to me and go, that's your third glass of red. And I was just like, yes, your problem. And they're like, oh, he's European, it's fine.
All right, fine.
Meanwhile, while they were off doing their edibles and all their junky drugs. Lovely. So save me. In America, it's tragic. Young people can't drink at 18. In America, it's tragic. Young people cannot drink at 18 legally. In America, it's tragic. I went to Princeton and for a couple of months once, and it was just like, dude, keg of beer. I was just like, oh my God, does that really happen? Does that really happen? Stuart would be like, no, Luke, campus, universities are a modicum, they're just an absolute pillar of good behavior. But I was just like, oh my God, you guys really are that excited over kind of like a barrel of low alcohol beer. Off you go.
Yeah.
So save me. In America,
they can't buy beer, but they can buy guns.
I know, and they can fight for their country. If you can fight for your country, you deserve to buy a bloody drink. God bless them. God bless them. So say for me, in America, young people can't drink at 18.
En Amérique,
Aux États-Unis. Listen to Lukey. If we're talking about America, the country as opposed to the continent, use double Z. Aux États-Unis, des États-Unis, les États-Unis. Yeah. So in America.
Aux États-Unis, c'est tragique que le jeune.
Pause now. You've gone into a K. That's fine, but if you go into a K, you're going to need a subjunctive because it's tragic that. But I got in America, it's tragic. Pause. Young people can't drink at 18. It's just a sentence. What's young people can't drink?
Le jeune, ce n'est pas
well
possible
done on the verb because we're talking about all young people. But what's the word I need? How many young people?
Le jeune.
What's the word that we need?
Les jeunes.
That's right. Can you acknowledge the vowel difference between le and les?
Yeah.
Then let me hear it.
Les jeunes.
Finish the sentence. Christ almighty. Can't drink at 18.
Le jeune n'est pas
Le jeune. Will we go back to laziness?
Sorry. Les jeunes, ce n'est pas possible pour boire.
We've gone back to Rebels Bolero. Les jeunes, we're still on the long word. Can't drink. Young people is plural. I'm going to need to see that reflected in the can't. Go back to this.
Ne sont pas possibles pour
No,
boire.
don't be lazy. No. What's the verb to be able to?
Pouvoir.
I can't hear you. Sing it.
Pouvoir.
Gorgeous. Pouvoir, not pouvoir. Sending it forward makes you choose where it is. Because otherwise it's pouvoir. Pouvoir, not pouvoir. Lovely. What's... Roscoe, that's your last. That's your last. I mean it. Before Stuart books a holiday and comes and joins you. Seriously, I'm watching you. You're getting redder and redder. Off you go. Save me. Can't. What's the day form of can't?
Peuvent.
Lovely. I am. I'm proud. So basically, we all like a bit of kink. So say for me, les jeunes can't drink at 18.
Les jeunes ne peuvent pas boire.
No what? No what?
Peuvent pas.
So get used to connecting it and then your brain will remember it. If you don't connect it, you won't remember it. It'll be the same challenge in the future.
Les jeunes ne peuvent pas boire 18 ans.
Good. Now that's a pretty voice in French. It suits you. Go again. Les jeunes peuvent pas boire. Notice I'm getting rid of the ne for the moment. Les jeunes peuvent pas boire à 18 ans. Oui, alors les jeunes aux États-Unis, aux États-Unis, les jeunes peuvent pas boire à 18 ans.
Les jeunes ne peuvent pas boire à 18 ans.
Good. That wasn't bad. Is the chest working all the way through?
Les jeunes ne peuvent pas boire à 18 ans.
Good. Good. In my opinion, if you can vote, you should be able to drink.
À mon avis, si tu peux voter.
Don't tell me it's a guess. It was an accurate guess. Lovely. You should be able to drink. This one's for Tom. You should be able to drink.
Tu pouvais.
Stand still. You should be able to. We need to deal with the should before we deal with the be able to.
I did watch that too.
Is this face impressed? No, I don't care how many videos you watch. Get it down. What verb are we using, Claire Bear, if we're using should? What verb are we using?
Oh, devoir. Devoir.
Pronounce that properly for me.
Devoir.
That's it. Use your full voice, my darling, and you will lock vowels down. You go into your half voice, you won't lock the vowel down. Devoir. Scoop it out where it is, up here or here. Lovely. Now, there's only two tenses in should. Conditional and conditional on the middle word, on the auxiliary. Which one are we going to for you should?
Tu devoir.
Which
no, tu devais.
Who do I know in your neck of the woods? Boganfinder.com. There's got to be someone with a white van that can just come and... Oh, no, you'll enjoy that. I find a really boring upper middle class somebody who'll come in like some old librarian will come in, because if I just send a bit of rough around to knock you up, that might be fun. Which tenses do we use? Tom's got a jealous face. He's like, Luke, I didn't know that was an offer. So basically, he's like, I wouldn't have learned should in that case. What two tenses are we going to be using? What two tenses are we using with should that I've told you about?
The conditional.
Both times. Should have. That easy. So what's the conditional of devoir? Christ.
Tu aurais pu.
Oh, no, stand still. Just look at Auntie Lukey. Is there an auxiliary in the top line? Yes or no?
No.
And should is the would tense of to have to, isn't it? Is there present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive? There's no auxiliary on that. Tu dois, tu devais, tu devras, tu devrais. So what's you should on its own, plain and simple?
Tu devrais.
Devrais or devrais? Speak it forward and make a vowel choice.
Tu devrais.
Make a different vowel choice.
Tu devrais.
Thank you. Sometimes it's too much choice. Not you lot, Roe versus Wade, but no. But tu devrais. Lovely. Now, next up, you should have. Yeah, you should have. Yeah. So now we've got an auxiliary on the middle. What you should have. The middle one is now going to go to the would tense. What's that going to be? Tu
aurais.
Past tense. Tu aurais
dû.
Now link it together. So notice you've just made that choice. Look how you've just done the intellectual work. It won't stick if you don't send it forward, like Stuart, send it forward. And if you also give me the chest thing. Tu aurais dû. Go on, tu aurais dû.
Tu aurais dû.
Lovely. Don't go to r, because that's a little bit Italian. Yeah, tu aurais dû. Good. So say for me, I should have watched the video correctly. Video is feminine. I should have watched the video correctly.
J'aurais dû regarder la vidéo correctement.
Good. Now don't go correctement, because can you hear that the consonants are winning? You have a nice voice. You have a pretty voice in French. So send it forward. Fill the damn screen. Tu aurais dû. In slang French, you'll hear t'aurais dû. Just to warn you, but we don't want that all the time. Tu aurais dû regarder la vidéo correctement. Tu aurais dû regarder la vidéo correctement. Up you go. Slide all the way through. Equal triangle all the way along. Claire Bear, send it forward.
Tu aurais dû regarder la vidéo correctement.
Regarder is a choice as opposed to regarder.
Regarder la vidéo correctement.
Not correctement, you're making it too clean. It's not correctement, correctement. It's about the vowel. Send it forward. Sing like I made Roscoe sing. Correctement.
Correctement.
Good, but I knocked him over the abyss and he's been drinking ever since. Lovely, lovely, lovely. When he's found in his own piss and shit, it'll be my fault. Really. Good. Lovely. Let's go around again. One sentence each. Tom. Luke, it's not your fault. You are gentle and you work in the right way. Luke, it's not your fault. You're gentle and you work in the right way.
Luke, tu n'es pas coupable, tu es doux et tu travailles de la façon correcte.
I've actually got a bit of a semi that somebody genuinely remembered de with way. Lovely. All right, de. Lovely. Luke, ce n'est pas ta faute. You will hear, and it's not strictly speaking correct in France. C'est pas de ta faute, ce n'est pas de ma faute, with the of my fault. And Brits and Americans go, oh, well, I guess the version which is less like English must be correct. I guess I'm being a bit, anglicized if I'm wanting to say it's my fault, c'est ma faute. No, it's slightly better French to say c'est ma faute rather than c'est de ma faute, all right? So Luc, c'est pas ta faute, tu es doux et tu travailles de la bonne manière ou tu travailles comme il faut. Keep your consonants together. Could you just say to me, tu travailles comme il faut? Tu travailles comme il faut.
Tu travailles comme il faut.
I can't now hear you. Can anyone else hear him? No. And I've got good ears. It's the only thing about me which isn't broken, that and my memory. So it means, oui, alors tu travailles comme il faut. Sing for tu travailles comme il faut.
Allô, tu travailles comme il faut.
Don't move the mouth. Sing the chest more. Use the chest, bitches, and you don't have to use the mouth. Tu travailles comme il faut. Push it forward.
Tu travailles comme il faut. Tu travailles comme il faut.
Better, but even pushing, we need this accuracy. So it's this pushing business, and then like I was telling Claire, the accuracy of where you send the vowel. Not what vowel, where. Where is the vibration? E, U, O. The geography involved between the eyebrows and the boobs for the whole language. Yeah, not here like in English. Oui, alors tu travailles comme il faut. Oui, tu travailles comme il faut. Tu travailles comme il faut. Stand it forward.
Tu travailles comme il faut.
Don't stress a vowel to say a vowel, though. No, right. Good. Lovely. Next up. I'm good. Stuart. It would be interesting to know how people learn French when they can't test their voice. It would be interesting to know how people learn French when they can't test their voice. I can't hear you, Stuart, my friend. Stuart, your mute is on, sorry.
Okay.
It would be interesting to know how people learn French when they can't test their voice.
Il serait intéressant de savoir
how people learn French?
La manière.
No, that's all clever. La manière in all of this business, dans les gens, but just how would be fine here? But that would be fine, yeah. How? Comme another similar word?
Comment, sorry.
That's it. People learn French.
Comment les gens apprennent.
They form
They
apprennent, yes. The they form of apprendre verb, apprennent, yes.
Oh, apprennent, sorry.
So pardon me, Stuart, if we had surprendre earlier, do you remember we had surprendre, which also used prendre? So what would be the they form of surprise? Same thing, it would be il surprend.
Il surprend. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. So voilà, il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens apprennent French. How would I say French?
Le français.
Well done, we need le français. Whenever it comes to language learning, people always think you can just say français. No, the only verb you can do that with is parler, and that's not all the time. Yeah. Lovely. So, il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens apprennent le français. Lovely. If they can't test their voices. No, let's make it without being able to test their voices. Without being able to test their voices. Letter S.
I would say sans avoir la capacity.
That is gorgeous, but instead, that's completely correct. But instead of saying avoir, what's the verb to be able to?
Pouvoir.
Lovely. So, sans avoir la capacité de, beautiful, or sans pouvoir.
Sans pouvoir.
Yeah. Sans être capable de, sans pouvoir. Yeah. So, ça means sans pouvoir, ça means test their voices.
Sans pouvoir être.
No, sans pouvoir, straight into the test.
Without
being able to test their voices.
So
you've done the without being. The verb to be able to is pouvoir. You don't need an être in it. You guys just all think you do. Yeah, pouvoir is to be able to. That itself is pouvoir. Yeah, you don't need to say sans pouvoir être. Everybody gets that in a muddle, but pouvoir is to be able to. So sans pouvoir.
Sans pouvoir tester les voix.
Good. Or leur voix would be fine on that occasion. Il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens apprennent le français sans pouvoir tester leur voix. Il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens apprennent le français sans tester leur voix. So what I mean is picture the people. How the hell, without somebody checking that they're speaking properly, are they going to learn French? Say that back to me. It would be interesting to know how people learn French without being able to test their voices. Say that back to me, the whole thing, Stu. Il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens apprennent le français sans pouvoir tester leur voix. Try slowly all the way through.
Il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens...
As a minimum, each bit needs to go in one. Comment les gens peuvent apprendre le français?
Comment les gens apprennent le français.
Sorry, I apologize. Your version was right. Comment les gens apprennent le français?
Comme les gens apprennent le français sans pouvoir tester les voix.
Good. I'm going to make that the home. Every class, I'm going to give you one all guys, one call sentence to practice that you can stick in the group. I'd like all of you to get. Oui, alors il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens apprennent le français sans pouvoir tester leur français. I'd like that done. We are, how many minutes in? I can't see. 1:26:26. So if you just think 1:26:26. Oui, alors il serait intéressant de savoir comment les gens apprennent le français sans pouvoir tester leur voix. That would be all of you's little vocal challenge. Good. Tom, you'll go. No, did I just do Tom before Stuart?
Yeah,
sorry. My brain, it's because in the other group I go anti-clockwise. So I go clockwise. So my brain was just doing that here. But I'm just like, hang on, I'll do it differently in this one. Let's do Roscoe before he falls into a diabetic alcoholic coma. So, Luke, I've taken it badly. I barely drink. I'm innocent. Luke, I've taken it badly. Lovely. I barely drink. I'm innocent.
Luke, je l'ai pris mal.
Adverbs go where? That isn't a rhetorical question. That is a question. Where do adverbs go? Adverbs after verb number
1.
Why, there you go. For the most part. So such as like,
je l'ai mal pris.
And again?
Je l'ai mal pris.
Am I giving you the different geographical locations of vibration? Je l'ai mal pris.
Je l'ai mal pris.
Mm-hmm.
Je bois rarement.
Good. So Luke, I've taken it badly. I barely drink. I'm innocent.
Je suis innocent.
No, we've done this rule with Auntie Lukey. Spell innocent for me.
INNOCENT.
Thank you. What is my rule when it comes to M and N and pronunciation?
M and N.
Mm-hmm.
An.
What is my rule? Don't give me sounds. What's my rule?
I can't remember. If it's after an I, it would be like the word van.
Well, what's the difference? What is not after van? That is, for example, okay, so what's the word to finish?
Finir.
But that's still IN. So why do you think that's different?
So after the I should be pronounced E.
After what? Where is there an I?
Before the N, sorry.
No. If there's an N, right, look at FIN. Say FIN on its own. How do you pronounce FIN on its own?
Fun.
Right. If I had FINE, so the feminine word for fine, what would that be pronounced like?
Fin.
What have you added to the N?
An E.
Which is a what?
A vowel.
Give me the word to finish.
Finir.
Great. So if you get you know, these vowels after the N and the M, it will lift the previous vowel. If there is a vowel after an N or an M, it will lift the previous vowel. Double M, double N, same shit. What is the word important?
Important.
What is the word immortal?
Immortal.
Immortel, because it's double M vowel. Yeah? All right? Immortel, cinéma, N with an E. Got it?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Je
Lovely.
suis innocent.
I don't believe a word, but yes, the French was correct. Lovely. Je suis innocent. If you wanted to do the link. Innocence. L'innocence. Good, Nathan. I didn't believe you, Luke. I didn't believe you.
Je t'ai pas
Why aren't we
cru.
sliding on the previous word? Slide on the previous word.
Je t'ai pas cru, Luc.
Good. Don't use my methods to give me a nice second attempt. Use my methods, people, to give me a nice first attempt. Say to me, je t'ai pas cru.
Je t'ai pas cru.
Good. Okay. I should, but you shouldn't think about it. But you shouldn't think about it.
Mais tu devrais pas penser à propos.
What color is penser if you're thinking about something? What color?
Penser de. It's
I'm
blue.
about to. I will find someone who will take a pair of clippers and just plow a line down there, and in black marker pen, I will write property of logic language learning on that head. What is the freaking preposition that comes after penser?
De.
Not here. Oh my God, I'm so bored. When do we have penser de? When? Tell me.
Oh, it's when you're musing on something.
I need to hear a formulated rule because you need to remember it. So don't give me an example. Give me a formulated rule. When do I use penser de?
I don't remember the formulated rule.
Pardon me. Well, I lie back because I can't deal with the stress of this. Right. So, penser de, that's not me, that's the chair, I apologise. To finish the evening is for a fucking opinion in a question. And I've told you this before. When you ask someone their opinion in a question, that's where you're going to predominantly penser de. What do you think of the situation? Qu'est-ce que tu penses de la situation? Agreed?
Agreed.
I'm thinking of Stuart. I'm thinking of Tom. I'm thinking of Nathan. Kinky. I'm thinking of Roscoe doing things with a bottle. I'm not. I love one man at the moment. So what is the so penser? What preposition goes after penser?
Ah.
Thank you. What color using the loop method is A?
Blue.
Thank you. What is the replacement, not the reversal? What's the replacement, the pronoun for an A?
E.
Thank you. So say for me, you shouldn't think about it.
Tu devrais pas y penser.
Got it? Have we done the red, blue, and the green? Have we done penser A? Have we done penser de? Am I speaking for my health? Hardly. All right. Make sure you are up on homework, people. It's very fucking boring when I have to go over the same shit again. Agreed?
Agreed.
Don't be like, oh yeah, I'm sure I've listened to this video. Not about whether you've gone over it. Do you know the rules from it? Penser A, penser de. We've gone over it. We've gone over it. We've gone over it. Good. Right. That'll do, people. Well done. Well done, all of you. Well done, Claire. Well done, Stuart. Well done, Nathan. Well done, Ross. Good. Useful? Good. Excellent. You know the deal. You know the pay thing. Whatever. Whatever. Fine. I will see you guys next week. Oh, quickly, because that's what I asked the other group. I know you're busy, but I've stuck some of you, well, all of you, not some of you, I've stuck all of you in the homework deposit Skype this week. Yeah, so have any of you had a chance to listen to other people's classes, and how have you found them?
I can't actually access some of them. They seem to disappear. Is that normal, or?
They should be available. Other people can access them.
No, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I could see them there, and the first time I went in, they were there, and then when I went back, I couldn't get into them. So I don't know. Maybe it's my system.
The only thing is, there's a 4-week limitation period on them, but nothing that should affect you guys since you've gone in it. Yeah.
No,
have you guys been able to listen to any? I mean, the other guys could listen.
Yeah.
So Nathan, who have you listened to? Which people?
I listened to one of Stephen's.
Which Stephen? Stephen Largan or Stephen Sabry?
Oh,
British
I don't
accent
remember.
or a Canadian accent?
British accent.
Okay, good. Thoughts, comments?
It was good. Yeah, it was a little scary, but that's why it was
it's really
interesting,
boring
was to have the rapid fire long.
And how are you using it? Are you pressing stop?
Yeah.
Are you repeating his stuff out loud? Are you doing the muscle memory? Are you getting it under your chest? Say yes. Yeah, it's not a podcast. Don't assume your brain will remember. Why will your brain remember? Does it remember pensée deux, pensée un that I've given you? Of course it won't remember. Let your mouth remember. Yeah, say this example. Say the stuff. Roscoe, have you listened to any, or has it been interrupting your drinking?
No, I have. I've listened to a couple.
Who did you listen to?
Again, the lady that was a bit filthy. I can't remember her name. Was it Melanie?
Oh, she's Phil. Yeah.
And
she's not filthy. It's just we have a laugh. Melanie's. Melanie, does she come to this class once? No, she flits around between this class and the class. Good. Was that the one when I wrote, "Oh, she's filthy" in the group? Yeah.
And like anybody else? Of them where you're doing like the copying activity, where you make them copy it in full, and yeah, it's a bit.
That's useful, isn't it? You can do that yourself.
It's a bit frightening. It's like, oh my god, how are we going to get there? But yeah. But
I'm not being funny. It should be frightening because it's me basically saying, will you please start using vowels? And you've all got nice vowels. There's nobody here that's not got decent vowels. Fine. Run through the vowels. Not one person here has got poo vowels now. Don't get me wrong. When we started, they were a disgrace, but they're fine now. They're completely fine. Good. Not one person here has got bad vowels. Everybody's got good vowels. Claire, let me know how you get on listening to that. That's worrying me. I'd like to know how Tom got on with the whatchamacallit, but good. Just let me know. Keep an eye if there's a voice that you think. So what I always say is listen to everybody just for a couple of 3 minutes. Out of 10, write down next to their name on a piece of paper how closely you think their level matches yours. Doesn't matter if they're just above or just below, but just how closely their level matches. And then out of 10, write down how much their voice sounds like yours, because it's quite useful to have somebody with a similar voice, because then you hear me correcting them and you can kind of pop that voice on you. Do you know what I mean? And stuff. That would be quite a good thing. So, for example, Roscoe, Stephen Largan is Northern. So it's just how do those tones convert to that? Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. That would be quite useful. Your age, Nathan, is Ryan, but he's got a different vocal placement, much higher. He's from Seattle, his higher voice kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? John has a similar pitch to Stuart, but he's higher. Do you know what I mean? It's a higher voice, not a high voice, but it's higher. It's a bit more it's a bit more, whereas Stuart's is more, So interestingly, the music of the voice, often people just latch onto people, so that's quite, I used to make my degree students watch films and find an actor that they liked the voice of in interview, not in roles necessarily. And I used to make them try and do impressions of that voice. I'd vet them first. I'd vet them first. Good. Well done. Pay me. See you next week. Any questions, WhatsApp. Loads of love, lads. Take care. Bye-bye, Claire, my darling. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.